to another edition of Spitball and Sports. I'm John. Scott is on vacation and we'll be back next week. In a little bit, we'll be talking to Robin when we get into some more stuff. She's here. As we continue to work on, shortly you're going to be able to see, well, there's going to be some different shows. And maybe even, I don't know. But when we do a different show, you're going to be able to see Robin. We're trying to figure it out here because we're kind of in limited space, but see how we can figure it out so we can have Robin on camera, but I'll put up her name, so you'll know when you're hearing a voice. That's who it is. The NHL started, and it kind of started, started pretty good. Teams like Detroit, Buffalo, and Ottawa, I believe, all lost their first games. Those are the three teams in the East that you'd kind of think are the ones that are going to make a push to maybe push out Boston or you're right. Boston or I guess Florida, possibly, because both teams, not Bob, what am I saying? Florida or Tampa, because Tampa, obviously, without Vasilevsky, although they won pretty big their first game, and Florida's got two defensemen out, Montour and Ekblad. And Chris says hi. Hey, Chris. Chris being one of the hosts of Falls Count Anywhere that's on tomorrow at 2:00. What else do we have going on? The NHL had Las Vegas raise their banner, of course, and they still look good. I don't know how Vegas has them. They have them plus 1,200, Robin, and I think that's kind of high considering there's like four other teams they have ahead of them to win the Stanley Cup.
I agree.
Kind of shocked.
Yeah.
New Jersey, Toronto. I can't remember who else they have, a couple other teams. And you would figure that I think Las Vegas is still the best team. But tomorrow, me and Jim Behringer will be doing the last word on hockey, Let's Talk Pucks, Spitball and Sports kind of NHL show. That'll be tomorrow at 3:00 in the afternoon. Sometime between 3 and 4, we'll have a new episode, and we'll be talking about everything about the NHL. So we won't do much NHL here, because this show is basically right now all football, even though Major League Baseball playoffs are going. And to me, was shocking was watching Arizona sweep the Dodgers away. And the American League's Texas and Houston, so everything's going on down in Texas. And Arizona sweeping the Dodgers. I was really surprised. I thought for sure the Dodgers would have. Although, you know what, the Yankees and the Mets have the biggest payroll, and really it hasn't worked out, obviously, for the Mets and Yankees, but really hasn't the Dodgers either. Gotten them in the playoffs, but not, they haven't really done anything. So, and then you look at a team like Texas, Houston still spends, but not like the Yankees, Mets, and Dodgers. The Mets with the most, and they were really a problem this year. I mean, they were horrible. Never even got close. Did they restrict you?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they always do. How many days did they get you this time?
19 hours.
19 hours? That's not bad.
Random.
Yeah, no, Facebook keeps on getting Robin. She shares for us, and they keep hitting her, thinking that she's a bot or something. How you doing, Robin?
Doing good.
Happy Friday.
Happy that it's Friday,
yeah,
yes.
Definitely. Over kind of for Scott, who was on vacation in the woods somewhere, doing whatever, camping. You like camping.
I do.
Well, he's out there camping. That'll be nice. Hopefully he has a good time.
Although I don't know if I'm down for outhouses and stuff like that these days.
Anymore.
Yeah.
I know when you were younger you liked it.
Yeah,
I never liked it, even when I was younger.
Yeah.
But
there was a time when I didn't mind, where
right.
I didn't mind stuff like that. So I liked camp. I would still love to sit around a campfire. I know you hate that.
Yeah. I don't like anything outdoors pretty much.
Yeah, but I would gladly sit around a campfire.
Unless I'm cooking on I don't like much outside. You'd have to have me on a deck somewhere in a nice place.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I'd sit there.
Right.
Or outside at the beach.
In the Del Zoppo's backyard.
Nice. The beach I like too.
Yeah.
That's pretty nice.
Yeah.
So, but to go and just find somewhere in the wood with grass and possible mud, I can't do it.
Yeah.
I've never liked it. I don't know. I don't know how the hell anyone likes it, but people like it. Like it a lot, obviously, because they all do it. It's fun. What's fun? The being in the grass?
Well, not that part. Well, sometimes that is when you're younger.
But what about like the tent? The tent situation, like when it rains, could be a problem.
It's usually not if you don't have holes in your tent.
What about underneath though, like the wetness?
I mean, if it like floods, then.
But what if it rains and it gets muddy?
If it rains and it gets muddy, you've got a bottom to the tent.
Right. Not a big fan. Never was, man. I don't know why. I just never liked it. I mean, I mean, I would go if I had one of those beautiful big RVs. I could
Right.
go to a campground
Yeah.
because I just stay in there, and I would come out occasionally and go back in and come out. You know what I mean? And just
Right.
look around and then go back in. Because I don't mind to look around. I think it's beautiful to see the stuff,
Right.
but I don't really to sit out in it
To sit out at a campfire is
with a tent.
well, you sleep in the tent.
Right.
You sit out
Yeah.
at the campfire.
I can't imagine. Well, good for you. Good for that.
Make
I mean,
s'mores.
I mean, they still do that now, huh?
Uh-huh.
I'm sure. I'll have to talk to Scott about this next week.
Yeah.
That'll be
You
fun.
could roast hot dogs.
I'm curious to see. Yeah. Yeah. That'd be pretty. They probably turn like they probably don't taste right.
No, the s'mores are good
The
though.
s'mores I've had those, but the hot dogs got to turn kind of weird.
Yeah, I don't know. You know what's really good is
What's that?
If you cook corn on the cob in the fire. If you soak it in water
And then what?
and then you keep it in the husk.
Oh, I see. And you just throw it into the
and you put it underneath
nice
in the logs.
the log. Yeah, because the hot dogs I think are gonna taste weird. I don't know. There's something that's gonna tell me they're
Yeah.
not gonna be right. All right, we're done with cooking. Now let's get into. Well, last week in the NFL, we had some teams that really. I mean, the game in London. Let's be honest. I mean, it's funny how they know the line though. It was minus. I mean, well, although it didn't work, but Jacksonville won by 5, 25-20, and it is kind of odd. I mean, the Bills kind of did they could have went to England sooner, but still, it is odd that they would allow Jacksonville to just play back-to-back games in
Right.
England. Because I do believe that would be a sort of an advantage, especially when you're leaving for England on Friday.
Right.
I don't know why they wouldn't have left sooner, and gone on Monday or Tuesday and just practice, and done all that.
Right.
I find it odd, but that's up to the management. That's not,
Yeah. Funny, just real quick, funny story about that game. I guess I heard you must have heard this too because I was watching something and heard
What's
it. That Buffalo had home field advantage,
right?
And what that meant was that they got to select the hotel they wanted to stay in, and they
picked out Jacksonville.
They
right?
picked the hotel that the golf resort that Jacksonville was staying at, and Jacksonville had to move. I wonder if that had anything to do with why they couldn't go to England sooner.
But they could find a spot in England, somewhere in England.
Well, no, that they wanted that hotel.
Well, you're not going to get it. Just get there earlier so you get acclimated to the thing. But anyways, they lose 25-20. Good game. Jacksonville's a good team.
They are.
They're all right. They're a good team. They're going to be tough.
I don't think that game was indicative of what we would see.
Probably not. If it was in Buffalo, it'd probably been a little bit different. But I think Jacksonville still has a shot at winning a game.
Yeah, definitely.
It's just it was a little different over there.
Yeah.
With them, I do think, but that's on Buffalo too because they could have went earlier.
Yes. Yeah.
And got acclimated. That's on the ownership. There's no reason why they couldn't have. The other game, the Saints killed the Patriots 34-0. That's a little bit of both, I guess. There, good game by the Saints, who are 3-2 now, but the Patriots are kind of really struggling.
Yeah.
Because in the last two games, 72-3.
Yeah.
So
they've really revealed themselves the last.
Their offensive line's hurt.
Yeah.
And it's messed up.
Mm-hmm.
And Mac Jones, to his defense, even though you think what you want, it is difficult when you're watching and he gets 2-3 seconds to do anything. So, and he's not mobile. And even if he was mobile, I don't think it would matter. We've seen Justin Fields when he has 2-3 seconds.
Right.
You just get collapsed on. Baltimore, Pittsburgh, neither team should have won that game. That could have been a tie.
Yeah.
We watched that, unfortunately, for some reason. I don't know why the hell I had that on.
Yeah, I don't know why we did it.
I don't know. Or we were on the Red Zone channel. I think every once in a while it came on. Detroit won convincingly over Carolina, 42-24. Dolphins killed the Giants. Cincinnati looked like they're back only because Joe Burrow ran and didn't look like he was bothered. And Jamar
Right.
Chase had he had 4 touchdowns? Was that last week? I think it might have been.
Yeah, it was.
He ran wild. So the Bengals look like they're a little bit back. Eagles went out to Los Angeles and won. Kind of impressive, 23-14. When you go out to LA and win like that.
Yeah.
Well, what else do we get? We got the Jets that beat the Broncos 31-21 in Denver. Kansas City wins 27-20 in Minnesota. San Francisco killed Dallas 42-10. I mean, that was a heck of a beating they put on. It was never close.
No.
And Green Bay lost to Las Vegas 17-13. Last night, the Chiefs win 19-8 in Kansas City against Denver. Their games are close. Scott was right. They're very close games.
Yeah.
I mean, that one's an 11-point game, but
all but the Bears game that they've played have been decided by one score.
Yeah. Yeah, no, they're close. Well, last night was 11. So
before,
but still it's close.
Yeah, leading up.
But that's still a close game.
Yeah.
When you're, 19-8. I mean, at one point that game was in doubt there for it was 18 to what was it? I don't know what the fuck the score is. 16-8 or whatever. Yeah, it was 16-8.
Right.
At one point. So that was last week. Who the hell did the Bears play last week? Did they not? I didn't even write that down. That's odd. Isn't it?
Yeah.
I didn't write them down. Oh, whatever. Who cares? They won though. Finally, right? That was last week.
Yeah.
I don't even know. I'm just disgusted. I don't remember. Anyways.
Yeah.
It doesn't. So that was week 6 of the NFL. Really, I thought impressively. Jacksonville was impressive. I know they're good. San Francisco probably really. I mean, if people were thinking that Dallas game was going to be good, right? And it wasn't even a match.
No.
And the score is indicative. I mean, it was that bad.
Yes.
So San Francisco, like I said, I thought the Eagles were impressive. I think Cincinnati impressed, but not beating Arizona because Arizona's no good. But just the fact that it looks like that whatchamacallit can move around. We'll see what happens this week. Speaking of this week, I mean, we can get right into it. Well, actually, what we got to get into is our power stuff. Our Power 5.
Yeah.
Best 5 and worst. Of course, Scott is not here today. He's camping. Robin is sitting in for him, and we're going to do our Power 5, which would be the worst 5 and the best 5 in the NFL, in our opinion. Just going through week 7. Right, or week 6, I'm sorry. Heading into week 7.
Right.
All right, Robin, who do you have at number 28?
I have the Bears.
Okay. I also had them there at 28 as well. I thought they did climb up because when I list the teams that I have below them, they've just been able to show that they can score at least.
Right.
That the Bears show it's starting to look like last year. If their defense plays better, it'll be even better for them. But we're now starting to see with the way DJ Moore and Fields has thrown 8 touchdowns in the last 2 weeks. 4 and 4.
Right.
Not running as much, throwing the ball, the whole thing. So he's starting to look a little better. Tevin Jenkins is back, which helps the offensive line. The only thing that's tough is I think Dante Foreman's going to have to start this week because Johnson's in the concussion protocol and Herbert's out for the foreseeable future.
Yeah.
So that'll be a little tough for them. But Dante Foreman's fine if they give him the ball.
Sure.
29, who do you have?
I have the Patriots.
Is this thing going to be the same? So we might as well not even bother. Is that the exact same?
No.
Okay. You got the Patriots? Yeah, me too. Probably they could be worse when you really think about it.
Yeah.
So they're probably worse than Carolina in a lot of ways because the Carolina's got a brand new quarterback.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But I had them at 29 too. They've lost 72-3, I guess it's been. The last 2 weeks. Nothing good is happening from the injuries. Yes, of course they are, but that's what happens. So yeah, I have them at 29 as well. Who do you have number 30?
Number 30, I have the Broncos.
You have the Broncos number 30. The Broncos, what'd they do? They just lost this was before you weren't counting last night, right?
Right.
So this was before then. They had just lost to the Jets 21-3. All right, so you have the Broncos. I had the Giants there, who they're equally terrible. I mean, the Giants without Saquon Barkley, and now Jones has a concussion, so we don't. I mean, this week's probably going to be horrible.
Right.
So I have them at 30. Who do you have 31?
I have the Giants at 31.
31. I got Carolina at 31. All right. I mean, Carolina, we know. Who is he still? Is he still upright? Is he still playing? Bryce Young?
Yeah, he is.
Okay. I mean, it's tough when you got when you have a rookie quarterback.
I have my doubts about him anyways, though. Aside from the fact that he's a rookie, I just don't think he's got the size to be an NFL quarterback.
Yeah, it's funny, but once again, though, and I'm just saying this is like being the opposite. I agree with you in a lot of ways. Think about the guys he had to throw Alabama.
Yeah.
They're all 6'7". They're all humongous.
Yeah.
But
for some reason, it doesn't work in the NFL.
Yeah, I don't know what it is. You're right. It doesn't seem to work. Hopefully it will for him, I guess.
Yeah. Maybe.
32, I got Denver.
I have Carolina.
Carolina, okay. I think Denver is terrible. The Bears should have beaten them.
Yeah.
I mean, they had them. I mean, if Denver played this portion of the Bears right now, I think they don't lose.
Right.
You know, this team's not good, the Bears. I'm not saying they're good, but they could beat them.
Yeah.
They could have beaten them.
Yes, I agree.
So that is our bottom half. Let's go to I got some ties in the top half because it was hard for me to figure it out. Number 5, who do you have?
Number 5, I have Detroit.
Detroit. I have a mixture here because and this is probably wrong of me, but I don't know how to separate them. Buffalo, Miami, and Jacksonville. I had them all grouped together. Having a hard time with those 3. I don't know what to think. I mean, this is going to change after this week. I know it is.
Yeah.
There's no way that'll stay, but I have that group at 5. All right. So who do you have at 4?
I have Miami.
I have Detroit at 4. Miami's 4-1. Detroit's 4-1. Yeah, I mean, Detroit. A little bit of caution because it was Carolina last week,
right?
That they beat up on badly.
Yes.
This week, are they playing this week? It might be off because I don't have them written down anywhere. They must have a bye because
here they are.
Oh, there they are. They're playing Tampa in Tampa. That's going to be a good game.
Yeah,
that'll be interesting.
Yeah, that will be.
Tampa's not half bad. I think Mike Evans is playing too. All right. So who'd you say you had Miami?
Right.
Number 3.
And I think it's a shame with Miami, and I have a feeling that this is going to affect them going forward. That 8-chain is hurt.
That's too bad. He was something else,
yeah,
wasn't he? He was. If you had him in fantasy football, gosh, did he come out of nowhere? The speed, he's awfully good. That is too bad. He's gonna be gone for a couple of weeks. I hope only a couple of weeks.
Yeah.
I don't know, so it'll be a lot of Mostert.
Yeah.
Because I don't know if Wilson's back yet. I'm not sure, but it'll be a lot of Mostert. And Miami has this week an easier task. They play Carolina, so
yeah, that should be an easy one.
Who do you have at 3?
3, I have the Chiefs.
I also have the Chiefs at 3. I also have them there at number 3. They keep winning close games. They're 4-1. You're kind of waiting for them to maybe fall, but they're not gonna. They're just not going to because last night watching that game, they knew the ball was going to Kelsey. They put Surtain on Kelsey. They put another guy. They couldn't stop him.
No, they couldn't. And when they did, he was calling out plays to other.
Yeah. You know what it is, too? When you let Mahomes, there's got to be a way to keep him in there. It's when he gets outside.
Right.
And then next thing you know, Kelsey just runs free.
Right.
They are weird, but I think they're still very good. They're going to be there in the end. Who do you got at 2?
2, I have the Eagles.
I do as well. I have the Eagles. And you have the 49ers 1?
Yeah, there's no doubt they're the best team in football.
They're awfully, Brock Purdy is something else. Jeez, does he look good.
You know what I think is impressive, too, is that their defense hasn't really missed a beat since losing DeMeco Ryans.
No. They haven't. No, they might be better.
Yeah.
McCaffrey, I don't know if they're going to regret it. they're using him a hell of a lot. You got to wonder if they're going to pull back a little bit on using him because it's going to be a long season. And boy, he does everything
Yeah.
at this point. They might want to start, in my opinion, here as we go into week 6. But I have that too. I got the Eagles. I got the 49ers. I do like the Eagles. I think the Eagles haven't even played their best yet. They're
Right.
5-0. So I think that's coming. And it's funny. The AFC, this feels a lot like the 90s and 80s, where the AFC probably has more of the better teams, but the NFC might have the best teams.
Right.
It's interesting.
I agree.
That's
with
how
that.
it used to work in the 80s and 90s.
Right.
There could be a better group over there in the AFC, but right now the 49ers and Eagles look to me like I find it hard to believe that any of the teams in the AFC beat the 49ers in a neutral game.
Yeah.
Right now. But
yeah, I don't.
Right now, though, that's only after
right.
week 5.
Yeah, I mean,
Probably
right
change.
now, I think I can't see an argument for San Francisco not being the best team in football.
Yeah, they got to be right now. But not even. Yeah. I mean, when you go 3 through, it's almost like down to 7. There's some things you could probably maneuver around.
Right.
Buffalo could easily be in the mix.
Yeah.
Jacksonville. That's why I had them so. I guess because I couldn't make a decision on what I wanted to put in there. So, all right. So that's our top 5 and bottom 5. Why don't we? Let me see. What do we want? You know what we should do now? Why don't we start our picks? Might as well.
Okay.
Since we already talked about the teams and we went around the horn on everything, we got a bunch of picks to make.
Sure.
So why don't we find the stuff and do it? All right, we're back with our selections, college and pro. College is week 7. Let me look into college. I got some college picks for you this week. I got to find them, though. I haven't written them down, so I did it yesterday. Maybe they're on this side. Oh, yep, here they are. All right, tonight in college football, there's 3 games. It's a pretty good night of college football. Tulane at Memphis, Fresno State at Utah State, and Stanford at Colorado. 7 p.m., 8 p.m., and 10 p.m. if you want to watch it. One of the games I really like, and one of them I'm going to put out, and it's at 7 o'clock, though, on Friday night, is Tulane minus 4.5 at Memphis. Tulane's quarterback, Michael Pratt, is back. And I really like Tulane tonight. I like the Green Wave to beat Memphis, and they're only minus 4.5. Even if it's 5, I don't mind. But I like Tulane. In some games tomorrow, I like Tennessee minus 3.5 versus Texas A&M. I also like Notre Dame plus 1 against USC. USC's defense is so bad that I'll tell you what, number 21 Notre Dame could beat them. That defense is absolutely horrible. I've never seen it. It's the reason why they sit at number 10 because they can't stop anyone. And Notre Dame might be able to do enough where Colorado really couldn't, but yet they scored a ton of points. Notre Dame might have enough in them to be able to stick with you and have a better defense to play against USC. So I kind of like Notre Dame to win this game outright. And they're plus 1 anyway. Think about that. Number 21 against number 10 USC, and number 21 is favored.
Right.
Well, not now, but they were.
Right.
Plus 1, whatever. That's crazy.
Yeah.
I like Notre Dame. And then in the big one, number 8, Oregon at number 7, Washington. Washington's minus 2.5. I love Washington in this game. I like Penix. I mean, well, gosh, I mean, Oregon's awfully good too as well, but I think Washington is just at another. I think they're just better than them, and I think Penix is the best quarterback in the country right now. So
yeah,
I look for them in Washington. Only being all they got to do is win by a field goal. I like them a lot.
I like them too.
They're really minus 2.5. I thought it would be higher. So I like Washington. I like Notre Dame. I like Tennessee minus 3.5. Tonight I like Tulane minus 4. So there's your college picks. Robin, why don't we not waste any more time and get right into the NFL, which will bring us through the whole schedule too. So we can talk about the games, even if we like them or not.
Yeah.
1 second here. Okay. Sorry, I just had a little minor issue. All right. Let's start. You know what? You're going to have to pull the light, I think, up there, if you would.
Yep.
Hold on. We got to get some lighting. My fault. Okay, good. You know what? Pull it again. Pull it again for me. Thank you.
Mhm.
All right. Not bad, I think. Holy cow. Can't see. I'm going to have to go this way. We got a problem with shadows. You know what, Robin? Do me a favor again. Shut it off. Sorry, everybody. We got lighting issues here. All right. Do one more. Holy cow. Go again. There. Keep it like that. Thank you.
Yep.
Yeah, it's production.
Yeah.
I should have done this earlier, but I thought there was gonna be enough time with light,
Right.
the outside light, because outside light is perfect for this.
Yes.
When we go inside light, then I get the shadows. It's nuts. You can't even see my eyes. All right, let's start with in London. That is at 9:30. The Ravens are playing Titans.
By the way, I'm sick of games and
Is it in London or is it in Germany? I don't even
I
know
don't
anymore.
know. Who gives a shit?
I know
but
there's
I'm-
going to be some over there, right?
Yeah, I'm tired of that.
Yeah.
I don't like it. What do you think of it?
I've never liked it.
I think it's,
It's kind of just, it's a lot. I mean, it was every once in a while, like sometimes they'll play that game in Mexico City.
right.
Okay. But they're playing a whole schedule over there.
I
It's a
know.
whole thing. And no, I'm not crazy about it at all. It's,
I mean, I think not only is it a disadvantage to the teams that play there, but I just don't like the 9:30 in the morning game.
yeah, no, I never have. It does nothing for me at all. I don't think the people in the crowd know what they're seeing half the time. It's just it's a mess. It reminds me the worst. It's not as bad as when they went to Toronto. Remember when the Bills had to play in Toronto? How
Yes.
bad that was. But this yeah, I'm not crazy about. So the Ravens are playing the Titans, and the Titans are +4. I would probably like the Titans.
I would too, especially after what I saw out of the Ravens last week against the Steelers.
Yeah, I know. I don't understand why they're +4. I don't like this game is always close too.
Yeah.
Would you put it out?
Yes.
All right. We like the Titans +4 in wherever they're playing overseas. I don't even remember if they're in England, if they're in Germany, if they're in Iraq. I don't know
Right,
where they
yeah.
are. They might as well go there too, because what's the difference?
Right.
All right, let's get to the 1 o'clock games, the normal ones. Carolina is at Miami. Miami's -13.5. Hard for me to believe that Miami doesn't beat them by 2 touchdowns.
I know.
I think I like Miami.
I do
And I
too.
think I'd give the 13.5 before it goes to 14 or 14.5.
Yes.
So if you get it early, get it early. Because I imagine it'll climb up. I don't see why Carolina would even have an opportunity to make this. And look what happened in Detroit,
Right.
you know. And Miami's gonna feel, you know. I think it's where if they could score 70, I guess in this one,
I
possibly.
agree.
I miss Achane. That's if you had him in fantasy football, that hurts.
Yeah.
Not having him. But we'll give out Miami -13.5. Kind of like them.
Yeah.
Myself. Another game coming up here that I don't like. It's New Orleans at Houston, and again last week Houston was +5, and it was 1.5 last week. Last week Houston was +1.5 against Atlanta, and they lost 21-19. Think about that. They lost by a half point, or at least a push.
Right.
So here we are again with Houston +1.5, just like last week. I don't like it.
I don't like it either.
I don't like the game at all. I don't know who could win that. I mean, New Orleans playing okay.
Yeah.
You know, they're okay. They're playing okay. Kamara's back. He looked good last week.
Right.
I think the rust is off of him.
Mm-hmm.
But
And Houston's not playing bad.
No, they're not playing bad. I just don't like it. There's something weird.
Yeah, I don't like it either.
So I would not play this game. If I had to, which I don't have to. Like you couldn't pick. Like if you're in one of those knockout pools, how could you pick this game?
Yeah, no way.
No way. I mean, I don't know Houston. I don't really. I can't tell you who would win this game. This is a coin flip. the biggest one on I think the board here.
Yeah.
All
I
right,
would take Houston if I had to.
maybe. Yeah, at home. That'd be the only reason.
Yeah.
All right, next one is Washington at Atlanta. Atlanta's -2.5. And this might be a game I don't like.
Yeah.
I don't know how. It's Ritter against who is it?
Howell.
Howell. Washington's got a good running game. I will say that.
Yeah.
I don't like it.
Yeah.
I would not play this one.
No,
I
wouldn't
can't.
either.
It's similar to the Houston game. I also can't say who I like to win.
Again, if gun to my head, I would take Atlanta, I think, but
Yeah, I think I would too.
but I wouldn't give it out. I wouldn't play it myself.
Yeah, no, I don't like it. The next one, tough game. This game I have said a million times on a million different podcasts. I hate when the NFC South or whatever the hell they are play each other. AFC.
AFC.
I hate it. They always play each other weird. It's always a Jacksonville is at home -4 against Indy. Indy's better with Minshew at quarterback, I think, right now. Because I don't think Richardson is ready. He runs and gets knocked out, so he can't finish a game anyways. Everything says Jacksonville should win the game. By everything. I don't like them. I should.
Right.
But I've seen this story before.
Yeah.
We've seen this game before. We've seen Indy, and it doesn't matter. Jacksonville, it's only -4.
Right.
They just got done beating Buffalo, and they're only -4 against Indy.
Right. Yeah.
They're begging you to take Jacksonville.
Right. Which tells me that Indy's the way to go.
I'm not gonna. I won't. Bet
I wouldn't. I wouldn't.
I can't do it. But Jacksonville should be able to beat them by more than 4.
They should be.
They should win the game
by at least a touchdown.
It'll be by a field goal, probably tomorrow or Sunday. That's my Minshew is good enough. Yeah, he's not good. He's a good backup though. You'd have to love to have him. He's kind of starting to make me feel like the guy who with the beard, Fitzpatrick. Yeah, I'm starting to get that feeling about him a little bit. The next one, Seattle is at Cincinnati. Cincinnati is -3.
I love Cincinnati.
Yeah, Cincinnati look like they're feeling better about themselves, right?
Cincinnati's got something to prove.
Well, they're 1-3, right?
Yeah.
What are they? Yeah, I think they might be.
Yeah.
Or 2-2, maybe. No, they might be 2-3 now. Bet you they're 2-3. They have to be. This is week 6.
Right.
They're 2-3. If Burrow can move.
Joe Burrow showed last week that he's feeling good. I love Cincinnati.
Yeah, I like him even without T. Higgins. I don't think he's back, so I like Cincinnati too this week. The next game is interesting because there's no Justin Jefferson. Minnesota at Chicago. Chicago's +3. I never, ever, ever give Chicago to anyone. I'm not going to start now. I'm not going to do it.
Right.
I won't do it. But I think they may win this game. Without Justin Jefferson, that helps them so much.
Right.
Defensively. Because they're going to be able to handle KJ Osborne and whoever else.
Mm-hmm. And Minnesota's not that good.
And Hawkinson. No, and without Justin Jefferson, what a difference. I'm not going to do it. But if I had to, I'm picking Chicago. Plus, they're giving me 3 at home.
Yeah.
This game very well.
Same.
Could go to 3. I mean, I like it. But the thing is, Chicago's a little schizophrenic, so you never know. They could be up 35-7.
Right.
And it ends up 38-35, something dumb.
Right.
You just don't know what they're going to do. So they're the team I would go with. San Francisco is going to Cleveland. I think this line's too low, actually. Cleveland's +10. Cleveland's using PJ Walker for the Bears Cup.
Mm-hmm.
In the beginning of the season, before the season even started. I like San Francisco a lot. I think they are growing. I like them like I like Miami.
Right.
And I like Cleveland's defense, and I'm sure it won't be crazy.
Right.
But why can't it be 24-0?
Right.
And some impossible defensive score.
Right. Yep.
For San Francisco. So I like the 49ers.
Yep, I do too.
This is a tough game here, but it probably isn't. 4:05, we got New England at Las Vegas. Las Vegas -3. I like Las Vegas because Max Crosby was going to kill him.
Yeah. I don't see how. 2 bad teams, but yeah, I think the Patriots are worse.
I think their offensive line is so beat up.
Yeah.
And I think Crosby, I don't see anything happening. They don't run the ball in New England for some reason. Las Vegas will at least try to throw it.
Right.
Garoppolo's healthy. This is his ex-team. I think Devontae Adams is good.
Right.
I think. Who cares? I don't know. I mean, it seems like this would be a time for the Raiders win.
Yeah.
Because Garoppolo's healthy.
Right.
I believe he made it out of the last game alive.
Yeah, I think so.
So hopefully nothing happened between now and then, and he's in
Yeah.
there. If he's not in there, then I'm taking that away.
Right.
But
yeah, I believe he is.
because then it's AOC. I'm not going to play
Yeah.
games with him. So we'll go with the Raiders -3. At 425, this is an interesting game. Detroit at Tampa, Tampa +3. I like Tampa, but enough to play it? I don't think so.
Yeah.
Enough to give it out? No.
I don't like it enough to give it out, but I like Tampa at home getting points.
Yeah, and they might win the game outright.
Mhm.
It wouldn't shock me if they win the game.
I hate Baker Mayfield, by the way.
I do too, but he's got his moment. He plays okay.
Mhm.
He's playing okay now.
Yeah, he is.
And Tampa's playing okay alongside him. If Mike Evans is there, I think it could be a very close game.
Yeah, I root for their demise because
Yeah.
of him, but it's not happening, I guess.
Well, it will. Just
Yeah.
a matter of time.
Right.
It's early in the season. They're 3-2. It's just a matter of time before it falls apart. But I think this week they play Detroit tough in Tampa. If they were going to Detroit, I'd have a different feeling. I just got this feeling that Tampa plays well, going to play well, and I think Mike Evans will give them a hard time. I think I wouldn't shock me if Tampa won, but I can't do it and give it out as a game. So, the next one is the Cardinals are at the Rams. The Rams are -7. The Cardinals aren't good.
No.
Dobbs is not good.
No. I don't like this game.
It's a lot of points, I guess, but I think the Rams. I feel like the Rams would be able to cover this, but I guess we got to see more on them.
Yeah.
But they're playing good with Cooper Kupp and Pikachu and everybody else that's there.
Yeah.
They really are.
They are.
I
could see this game pushing.
Yeah, keep your eye on this game. This is a game.
If it goes up,
I don't think I'd go with Arizona.
If it goes down, yeah. I would go with the Rams.
I don't know how much.
Even if I could get 6.5, I might take the Rams.
Yeah, maybe it'll go down. If it can go to 6.5, I'd take the Rams.
But at 7, I don't like it.
Yeah, I know. All right, next one. Philadelphia is at the Jets. The Jets are +7. Interesting game here that I'm not picking the Jets, but
no,
a lot of points.
Eagles are good though.
They are very good. They have not won. They're kind of doing the thing that the Chiefs have done,
right?
In a way. I mean, they beat the Rams 23-14 in LA. But they've kind of had. Remember, they had a close game against New England. They've kind of had some close ones.
We haven't seen the best of the Eagles for sure.
Zach Wilson scares me here with the Eagles defense. Breece Hall is incredibly good.
Yes.
I'd like to see this go to 6.5 as well. I wouldn't mind to see this be the Jets +6.5. Right. It's a lot of points on the road.
Yep.
I mean, 10 for Cleveland's a lot of points. I just don't care with PJ Walker.
Right.
I'm probably passing on this one.
I would too.
But it wouldn't shock me if Zach Wilson has a rough day in this one. The 8:20 game, I'm going to go with Buffalo -15.5. Only because Tyrod Taylor's playing, which may be a step up or not, but Saquon, I don't believe is going to play, even though he's been taken. Even if he does, what's the difference?
Yeah.
They have really just they don't play defense either.
Yeah, they're bad.
I don't know what's going on.
I think Buffalo's going to be looking to bounce back.
It's at home and all that.
Jacksonville.
This is served up to them.
Yeah.
I mean, it's perfect. You feel better after pounding the Giants at home.
Right.
The Bills should beat them by whatever the line ends up being. I mean, when the line goes that high, sometimes you just gotta. There's a reason why it's that high.
Right.
So either it's going to be on the line. It'll. I mean, 31-10, sure. Is Tyrod Taylor? I don't know. Is he better than Jones? I'm questioning that. I don't know. Maybe he is.
Maybe.
But they don't have any wide receivers really to speak of. Anyone that threatens you. The Bills' defense does seem to be getting after the quarterback decently. At home, you're going to have Miller's first game back. They're going to miss Milano a lot, but I don't even think it's going to matter. If Saquon was healthy, it could matter. He could run. I'm not saying they'd win the game, but we might not see a 15.5.
Right.
So I'm going to go. I am going to go. I'm going to go with Buffalo.
Yeah. Funny that we're giving out all three big favorites. All four. No, three.
Three of them. Yeah. But I find it hard to believe that the Giants will be able to how they stay in the game.
Yeah, I don't think
after watching them like I have, and unfortunately had to see them. I don't know how they do. I mean, I like Thibodeau there on the other side on defense, but offensively, it's really a struggle.
Yeah.
They're got to be one of the worst offenses in the league. They don't get first downs.
No, not at all.
It's 3 and out all the time, and it's going to happen again. I like Buffalo.
Yeah.
It could probably even go to 17, and then I would think twice. I don't even know though. And it's not like I'm saying Buffalo, but still, I mean, it's just going to be against them, the Giants on Sunday night in Buffalo, in Orchard Park.
Right.
So it seems to me like it's set up. By the way, everyone, we've been doing pretty well against the spread. NFL, we're 23-12, and in college football, 13-8. Not bad.
Not bad at all.
If you're following us, you're making some money, hopefully. And also, there's a lot of, besides the NFL, a whole slate of NHL games tomorrow on Saturday, like a ton.
Yes.
But I'm going to be talking to Jim tomorrow. Me and Jim Behringer will be on The Last Word on hockey. Let's Talk Pucks, Spitball and Sports, NHL edition.
Yes.
So all of them rolled into one right here on Spitball and Sports.
Yeah.
And I like Jim's great. Jim knows the stuff.
Yeah.
He's got a lot of stuff going on, inside information.
Definitely don't want to miss it.
What else we got? Tomorrow at 2:00, you will see Balls Count Anywhere, Chris DiCarlo, Charlie Turner. I'm there, but I'm just producing it. And be a good show. Classic clips, all that kind of stuff. We'll have George Shire will be there, Wes Maidman, and another guest who's slipping my mind right now. But you'll see it. It's fun. Be a good time. We'll be on Monday with Citizens United with me and Noel. And Puckett. I do Puckett with my friend Bill Akins from Wisconsin.
Yes.
We do that on what night? Tuesday? Tuesday at 9:00, but that's, you don't see it at night. Just these podcasts, you could say live, but you see them whenever you want.
Right.
So it really doesn't matter. You just put it out there. People aren't coming to you. You got to put it out to them.
Right.
So,
I will in 19 hours.
Yeah, they put you down.
I don't know how I got banned again without even being able to share. I violated community standards.
Yeah, there's a problem with you. I don't know what's going on with Facebook and you. I don't know why they find you offensive as far as sharing. I've been banned before sharing, but not like you. All right, so let's go over our picks. We like the Titans +4. We like the Dolphins -13.5. We like the Bengals -3. We like San Francisco -10. Yeah, we like all that. We like the Raiders -3 and Buffalo -15, 15.5, whatever it may be. So that's only you're not giving out a lot today. Only 5 games. College football in about 15 minutes. Tulane starts. I like Tulane today -5. And Notre Dame, I think they're going to beat USC. I think they'll beat number 10 USC. I think Tennessee -3.5 over Texas A&M. And love Washington tomorrow in Washington -2.5 against Oregon, and that's out in the Pacific Northwest for some of you out there that might not realize I'm talking about the University of Washington. That's what I mean.
Right.
Not DC.
Right.
Yeah. It's hard to play out there. in Washington.
Yeah.
It's hard. Yeah. It's tough. They're number 7. They're awfully good. The Pac-12 is really good this year. They really are with USC, Oregon. Well, think about that. Number 7, 8, and 10 in the
Wow.
country.
Yeah.
And then you got Oregon State, who's not half bad. Washington State's got a really good quarterback. Colorado's doing whatever it's doing.
Right.
It's really been good.
Yeah. Yeah.
Similar, the Big Ten's got the 3.
Yeah.
You've got number 2 Michigan, number 3 Ohio State, and I think number 6 Penn State.
Right.
And next week it's Ohio State, Penn State, so that'll be good.
Yes.
This week it's Ohio State, Indiana. So you'd hope they can handle them, but you never know because they'll be looking forward.
Right.
Hopefully not to Penn State. Robin, anything else before we get ready to go?
No, lots of good sports on this weekend. It's that time of year where everything's going and it's exciting. So
yeah, Major League Baseball too. Don't forget
the playoffs. Yeah, Major League Baseball playoffs. Basketball's getting ready to start.
Yeah, I saw some preseason the other night. I saw a preseason game, but the NHL's in full swing already.
Yeah,
NHL. Saturday, I think tomorrow there's a big slate.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to the Leafs Wild.
Yeah, it's funny though. Like I was saying at the start of the show, Buffalo, Detroit, and Ottawa, all 3 of them opening night. I mean, New Jersey beat Detroit. Jack Hughes is awfully good. By the way. He reminds me of Matthews. Matthews had 3. Hughes had 2. Hughes scored the same type of goal behind, kind of like bouncing it off the goalie type thing. And like I said, Vegas still looks really, really good. Edmonton got beat 8-1 by Vancouver. That's interesting, I thought. But I mean, it's 8-1. Who cares? But Jack Campbell had a rough time. So again, you want Jack Campbell to start for Edmonton because it's 5 years, $5 million.
Right.
And I think he should.
Mm-hmm.
I think they last year when they took Campbell out and put Skinner in, they lost the series.
Right.
It was one of the stupidest moves ever because Campbell had just saved the series. They gave him 4.
Yeah.
And they took him out. All right. I'll save that NHL talk for tomorrow. Robin, thanks for filling in for Scott.
My pleasure.
And Scott will be back next week, and we'll be back with more stuff. I'll see if I can find a guest for us. Maybe we'll see what Robert Butler's doing or someone else. Yeah, we'll bring someone in. We'll talk some more football.
Hopefully, we'll have a Maple Leafs podcast.
Yeah, a solely Maple Leafs podcast coming up with me and Robin shortly. Just got to figure it out here. We got to make some. The thing is, we got to make it to where we can see each other.
Right.
Because it's difficult to not see each other. But anyways, all right. You all right again? Yeah. Okay, good. All right, let's get out of here. Guys, enjoy the week of football and everything else.